Hello students, let us discuss today regarding some other group of microbes which are not considered under the five kingdom system of classification by R.H. Whitaker. Okay, we are going to discuss regarding the viruses, viroids, prions and lichens. Till the previous class, we were studying regarding the kingdom Monerans, Protista, Mycota, Plantae and Animalia. Today we are going to discuss regarding some other microbes which are acellular in nature, which are not cells and are not considered under the five kingdom systems. These are totally different types of the acellular particles which cause diseases in organisms, maybe in plants or animals. Okay, so this group of organisms are group of particles. Okay, group of particles, chemical infectious particles named as viruses, viroids, prions, and there are some other group of the symbiotic association between the algae and fungi which are commonly referred as lichens or lichens. Okay, so now the question arising in our brain are, what are these? What are viruses? Whether they are living or non-living? How are viroids? Are they same as that of viruses? Do they cause disease in animals or plants? Are prions same as that of viruses? Are they morphologically appearance is same as that of viruses? How they are going to differ from each other, where they live, how they cause infections, all these are studied in detail. Okay, let us study one by one. So, firstly we study about viruses. Virus is a chemical infectious particle made up of proteins and nucleic acids. Please remember and note down this point as viruses are the chemical infectious particles made up of proteins and nucleic acids. Both of these are very essential for the formation of a virus. Okay, so these viruses are acellular. Virus is a connecting link between the living and non-living things. They are neither living organisms nor non-living things. Outside the body, outside the host cell, they live as non-living things. They live as crystals. Okay, they are not at all acting as living organisms outside the host cells. Once if it enters inside the host tissue, host cell or body, it takes over the machinery of the host cell, all the mechanisms of the host cell to replicate themselves and reproduce. Thereby they multiply their number, but ultimately they are going to kill the host. Okay, I'll repeat once again. These viruses are not living, they are not the living organisms. Okay, so they live like non-living things outside the host cells, but once they enter the host's body, host's tissue, host cell, they start infection, causing infection, and they use the machinery of the host cell to replicate themselves. Replicate themselves means their number goes on increasing in the host cell. Okay, so this virus, the name virus means venom. Venom is also referred as poisonous fluid, poisonous fluid or toxic fluid. This was earlier given by the Pasteur, Louis Pasteur. There is another scientist by name D.J. Ivanovsky in the year 1892. This person recognized certain microorganisms or microbes. They are referred as microbes, but they are not organisms, but these are the causal organism of the mosaic disease of tobacco. It acts as organism, disease causal organism only when enters into the host tissue. Okay. Now here the host is tobacco plant. In the tobacco plant, it causes a disease known as mosaic disease. Hence, this is popularly referred as tobacco mosaic virus. Right? So there was another scientist by name M.W. Bazerning. He found the viruses to be smaller than bacteria because they passed through the bacteria proof filters. Okay, M.W. Bazerning was the one to demonstrate that the extract of the infected plants, see, already the plants are infected, the extract is obtained from it of the tobacco plant, it is responsible for causing the infection in healthy plants. That is, the disease was spreading from one plant to other plant, from infected plant to healthy plants, and he called that fluid as contagium vivum fluidum. Contagium vivum fluidum. Okay, it means infectious living fluid. I hope you are following the point. M.W. Bazerning was the one to demonstrate the extract of the infected plants of the tobacco plant could cause infection in healthy plants also. It was spreading from one plant to other plant. Hence, he called it as contagium vivum fluidum. Okay. So, there is another scientist by name W.M. Stanley in 1935 showed that viruses could be crystallized, and crystals consist largely of proteins. Okay. What viruses consist of? They consist largely of proteins. They are inert outside their specific host cell. Okay, they are inert means they are non-reactive outside the host cell. Viruses are obligate parasites. Viruses are obligate parasites. Okay, can you see these viruses? These are some of the selected viruses shown to you people. Okay, these are not mentioned in the text, but still, in order to get idea or to have a picture, okay, there are some viruses shown in this slide. There are some 8 to 9 different types of viruses shown here. Namely, first photograph is showing the coronavirus. Okay, presently it is spreading, it's pandemic. Okay, it is causing disease in all the human beings, respiratory problems in human beings. It's a coronavirus. Second photograph is the common cold virus. Third photograph is of polio virus. This fourth one is Ebola virus. This is HIV virus. HIV means human immunodeficiency virus that cause disease known as AIDS. And this diagram, this photograph shows the HBV virus, hepatitis B virus. Okay, this photograph is of SARS virus. This photograph is of dengue virus, and the last one is herpes simplex virus, HSV. You might have studied these in the lower classes, referred as herpes simplex virus. Okay. So, these are the two viruses mentioned in the NCERT textbook for your syllabus. Okay. These are the two different viruses given in your text and which are to be practiced for the syllabus, practice for your test or examination. This first photograph is the bacteriophage. Bacteriophage is also referred as the bacteria killing virus. Bacteria killing virus. Okay. Okay. So this is the bacteriophage which is going to infect the bacterial cells. This kills the bacteria and they get multiplied within the cytoplasm of bacterial cell. Hence the name bacteriophage. Bacterio means related to bacteria, phage means to eat, phagein means to eat, to kill. Okay, the one which infects the bacteria are referred as bacteriophage. We can see here these viruses, that is bacteriophage, consist of the nucleic acid within the blue colored protein coat. Okay, outwardly it is consisting of protein coat and inwardly it is having genetic material known as DNA. Okay, so it has got collar domain, sheath, whiskers, capsid, protein known as capsid, okay, iron ions and long tail fibers, and it has got base plate, short tail fibers also. So this is a typical structure of bacteriophage. Okay, based on the number of the tail fibers, they are of different types: T2, T4, T6, T8 bacteriophages. Bacteriophages are the viruses which infects or which kills the bacterial cells. Okay, so this is the diagrammatic view, and see here you can see this photograph, second photograph. It is the animated view of the bacteriophage, and this third photograph shows the tobacco mosaic virus. Okay, I have already discussed what is mosaic virus. Mosaic means the yellow colored patches. Okay, spots, yellow spots or patches are seen on the leaves of the plant, and that patches will be mosaic in nature. Hence mosaic, it is also commonly referred as mosaic virus. The speciality of this virus are it contains the RNA core, the RNA molecule as the core central part, and it is having many bunch of the proteins called capsomere. Okay, each one is called capsomere, and the complete set is called capsid. Okay, capsid or capsomere means it is a protein content of a virus. Okay, so these are the two different viruses mentioned in our syllabus. Okay, so you have to practice the diagrams of the virus, bacteriophage and tobacco mosaic virus. Okay, so next we shall study some more features regarding the viruses. We know that these viruses are causing disease. Now the question is, how are they, or what are the viruses consisting of? See here, virus which infects the plants have single stranded RNA, and those that infect the animals have either single or double stranded RNA. Okay, or double stranded DNA. Plants ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಫೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಕಾಸ್ ಮಾಡುವ ವೈರಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಡೆಡ್ RNA ಇರುತ್ತೆ. virus that infects the animals have either single stranded or double stranded RNA or double stranded DNA. Understood? Is it clear? Next point, these bacteriophages or the virus which kills the bacteria are usually having double stranded DNA. Don't get confused. Bacteriophages do have double stranded DNA. Understood? Okay. So what is that protein coat present in the virus known as? That protein coat is called capsid. It is called capsid. Okay. And the small subunits are called capsomeres. Small subunits are called capsomeres. That complete set is called capsid. Okay, which is going to protect the nucleic acid. Protects the nucleic acid. Nucleic acid is genetic material. Okay, inheriting material. Okay, these capsomeres are arranged in helical or polyhedral geometric forms. Okay, based on their arrangement, he says that there are two types. It may be helical or polyhedral geometric forms. Okay, so these viruses can cause disease. Already we have seen the photographs of those viruses, some viruses. Here the disease names are mentioned. Mumps virus, see, virus cause mumps disease, smallpox, herpes and influenza. We have studied the AIDS, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, in our lower classes, which is caused in humans by HIV, that is human immunodeficiency virus, right? In plants, the symptoms can be mosaic formation. Mosaic means patches. Okay, patches. Have you seen mosaic tiles at your home? Mosaic means patches. Many patches are there. So such patches where decolorization or yellowing yellowing of the leaves, that is also called as decolorizing. Okay, mosaic formation, and it also causes leaf rolling. The leaves of the plants get rolled up, curling of the leaves is seen, yellowing and vein clearing. Okay, and the plants become dwarf. Dwarf means short and stunted growth. Stunted growth means there will not be any further growth within the plant. That it remains stunted means stopped. Growth is totally stopped. Okay, now what are viroids? In 1971, the scientist by name T.O. Diener discovered a new group which is an infectious agent, okay, which consists of infectious agents which were smaller than viruses, which caused the disease called potato spindle tuber disease. Potato spindle tuber disease. Now, this viroids is found to have a free RNA. Do you remember what viruses were comprising of? Viruses were comprising of the proteins as well as nucleic acids. Whereas in viroids, it contains only RNA, a free RNA molecule. But these viroids, they lacked the proteins. Lack proteins means they do not contain protein. Okay, they don't contain protein coat which was found in viruses. Hence, they are referred as viroids. Viroids. Okay. The RNA of the viroid was having very low molecular weight. It was not high. It was having very low molecular weight. Understood? So this is regarding viroids. Now we studied two different groups. One is viruses, the other one is viroids. Okay, what is the disease caused by viroids? It is the potato spindle tuber disease. Okay, who was the discoverer of the viroids? Is T.O. Diener. Understood? Right. So let us move to the next group of infectious particles called prions. What are they called? Prions. These are the chemical infectious particles made up of only proteins but not nucleic acids. They do not possess protein nucleic acids at all. These are made up of only proteins. Understood? Prions are the chemical infectious particles made up of only proteins but no nucleic acids. You can see the photograph here. They contain only proteins. Understood? And the last group of the organisms or symbiotic group seen in this chapter, biological classification, is the most fascinating group. Interesting organisms are the lichens or lichens. Lichens are the symbiotic association, means where the two different species are mutually associated with each other. Now the question is, what are those mutually benefited species participating, which are mutually helped each other? No one is harmed. They are algae and fungi. We are familiar with these organisms, that is algae and fungi. You know, algae come under the group called kingdom Plantae. Fungi come under Mycota. We can clearly make out the point that the algae are autotrophic, whereas fungi are heterotrophic in nature. Algae being autotrophic, they can prepare their own food by using sunlight and chlorophyll, right? Whereas fungal component, it has to depend on these algae for getting nutrition, hence it is heterotrophic. Are you following? So there are two components basically here. One is algal component, the other one is fungal component. The algal component is referred as phycobiont, and the fungal component is referred as mycobiont. So phycobiont plus mycobiont is equal to symbiont. I hope you are getting the point. Algae are phycobionts, fungi are mycobionts, both together comprise to form symbionts or symbiotic association, right? So what algae do here? Algae being having capacity to prepare their own food, they provide food for fungi, they provide food for the fungi, and fungi having a hyphae or mycelium, they provide shelter. Okay, fungi provide shelter to algae, algae provide food to the fungi, right? So these fungal hyphae are also helping in absorption of mineral nutrients. What for its partner? Who is the partner of the fungal component? They are algae. Okay, algae provide food, that is glucose, to the fungi, and fungi provide shelter to the algae. So both are mutually benefited, right? So the association between the algae and fungi is so close that if one saw a lichen in nature, one would never imagine that they had two different organisms. We cannot make out the two different organisms within them. Okay, so lichens are the good pollution indicators. in the sense, these are indicators. They show the area gets polluted. Okay, that is, if the area is getting polluted, they won't grow. They do not grow at all in polluted areas. Think that if there are no lichens grown in your area, it means the area is polluted. Hence, they are the good pollution indicators. They won't grow in the polluted areas. Okay. So, we will see some photographs regarding the lichens. You can see some photographs here which are of different types. I have collected some 4 photographs. Okay. So, some are growing on the tree trunk. Okay, tree trunks, and some are found in the branches, some are found growing on the crust of the earth. Okay, so this is the lichens or lichens. They are of very significant in the field of Ayurvedic medicines, and they are of significant in the preparation of the spices and condiments. Okay, they are used in preparation of the what do you say, sambar masala powders, right? They are very useful in preparation of this. They are very commercial. They are very economically important. Okay, they are economically important. So there are different types based on their morphology, based on their appearance, morphological appearance and body structure. They are of different types of fruiting bodies. They are crustose. See here there is another name, squamulose. The name foliose. There is other last one known as fruticose. Crustose, foliose, and fruticose are common. These are some of the lichens or lichens. Okay, so they are the, what are lichens? Lichens are the symbiotic association of algae and fungi. I hope you understood the topics. Do you remember what we have studied till today? Till now, we have studied regarding the general characteristic features of the fungi. Okay, and we have classified the fungi into 4 different groups: phycomycetes, ascomycetes, basidiomycetes, deuteromycetes. Okay, we have studied the different examples of these classes. We have studied the importance or role of the fungi. We have studied the kingdom Plantae in brief. We have studied the points regarding kingdom Animalia. Then we started studying today, that is some other group of microbes which are acellular. They are the connecting link between the living and non-living things. They cannot be considered as living organisms, and such group of microbes are viruses, viroids, and prions. Okay, they are totally kept outside from 5 kingdom system of classification. They are not grouped under 5 kingdom system of classification. And the last group we studied, which was totally interesting one, that is symbiotic association of algae and fungi. And that symbiotic association of algae and fungi is referred as lichens or lichens. Okay, so if you have any questions in this topic, please be free and frank to ask the questions and get the doubts clarified. Okay, thank you.